Hello, this is Mike. In this screencast, I want to look at a key tool in social media implementation, video sharing, and in particular, the channel YouTube. So in terms of this presentation structure, let's think about some of the basics of video sharing, explore some of the ways in which YouTube might be used in your business, and end with some advanced topics, some advice on building your presence. So, to place this in context, video sharing began with Web 2, really, back in 2005. In 2013, 201.4 billion videos were being watched by all of us every month. That's a massive amount of content, bigger than any broadcast TV channel in the world. In Britain, the biggest form of social media activity is YouTube, and it's used by 90% of the web population. In terms of active usage, 48% of consumption, social media terms, is YouTube. Facebook comes second at a mere 27% of our consumption activity. So YouTube, watching videos, is by far the biggest thing we do on the web in terms of social media activity. And the marketing payoffs are only now becoming apparent. Over half of us take some form of action having watched video marketing through channels such as YouTube. Almost as many of us respond in some way, whether it's finding out more information or commenting. About less than 30% of us proactively look for more information. In other words, seeing an ad makes us explore the web further to find out more information about a product or service. And almost 1 in 5 of us become purchasers. That's much bigger than viewers of television advertising and their conversion to purchase behavior. So it's a massive activity. Here's some basic stats just on YouTube. Yeah, 75 million average daily unique views. That one leaps out. 182 million unique viewers. Now, 182 million. Again, television channels would love those type of audience. 38.7 billion videos just in YouTube. Absolutely phenomenal. And about 19.2 hours a week of video viewing on YouTube. Amazing statistics. The digital advertising market through these channels, again, look at some of these comparatives. Compare television, still the biggest with the internet. And remember, 9 out of 10 of those internet ads are through YouTube. So it's amazingly high profile. YouTube is the biggest platform. It's not the only one, but that's the one I want to pause and think about in this presentation as the main example. We watch it on smartphones, tablets, desktop computers, and even our TV these days. So as a platform, tremendous potential reach in terms of both the audience size and the devices via which they access it. What could you do with YouTube in terms of your business? Well, think about this. It's never been easier to become a broadcaster through channels such as YouTube. But it's still, video content is still a massive step forward for many organizations. And the result of this is we find people who don't really know what they're doing, who dip their toe in the water in very boring and clunky ways. YouTube is, in terms of its corporate content, is full of people in suits, normally men, sitting behind desks talking about an organization. So it's slow. It's slow to develop a capability. And personally, I tend to recommend that organizations avoid channels such as YouTube and the mass audience until they've refined their techniques and their content. 1 or 2 experimental promotional videos on your corporate site is an excellent way to start. Migrate those to a channel such as YouTube or whatever platform you prefer later. And, take time to become innovative, to become creative. And think very, very carefully about how videos will be identified and flagged up. I've said this in many presentations. In terms of search engine optimization, video content is weighted highest. So getting this right means your message is going to be heard. If someone searches for my particular product and I've got a YouTube video, it is going to be up there on the first page of the Google results without a shadow of a doubt, provided the content is properly tagged and keyworded and made available publicly. So in terms of raising awareness, fascinating potential here. There are lots of different types of content that you can put in YouTube to develop your capability. Take a look at our university, for instance. Promotional videos on courses and colleges and degree programs. They're very, very standard techniques. Start with something like this and spend a bit of time, money, and effort on getting a slick product. So promotional videos may be your first step. Customer testimonials are very good. More people take notice of peer recommendations on Web 2 than via any other medium in history. From hotels to motor manufacturing organizations, customers talking candidly direct to camera, talking about your product or service. Again, massive number of downloads. When people are searching for a product, yeah, they want to see your brochure, but they want to know what your previous customers think too. How-to videos are probably the third biggest area of activity. You know, YouTube is not just a video sharing platform. It's become the web's second largest search engine after Google. If someone wants to know how to do something or learn more about something, a YouTube video, generally from an amateur, is the perfect way to discover more information. IKEA, for example, the furniture retailer, their self-assembly videos have proved invaluable to me over the years. When I get home with a set of impenetrable instructions, and I, not being a particularly handy type of person, I have to try and work out how to assemble a bookcase. That type of content really drives traffic. Other forms, well, press releases. I put a picture of Patrick Doyle, chief exec of Domino's Pizzas. He's famous for his direct-to-camera press statements. And when there were food saboteurs at large in one of his restaurants, his sincere apology and reassurances of the action taken was a fantastic tool in terms of recovering a potentially damaging situation. So think about how you do press releases. Twitter's a great way to draw people's attention to a particular issue that you want to get across, but it could be, for a longer piece, video rather than a blog post is the way to do it. If you're into developing thought leadership, videos in which you showcase your own expert knowledge are very good. The Hay Group is worth a look here, a legal firm who produce essentially video blog posts on topical issues. Wide number of downloads really helped build brand awareness. If you're interested in personal branding, you can position yourself as an individual rather than as an organization, as an expert on something. I put up here musical Bethel, an entertaining teenage girl who's built a musical career for herself through YouTube. Um, Initially singing and talking to friends about current topical issues of interest to other teenagers, but she's built a very slick brand around herself. So check out Musical Bethel. There are lots of other examples where people establish themselves as a personal brand through video content. And of course, there's advertising. And if you get something that goes viral, fantastic. The Smell Like a Man, Old Spice commercials, aftershave product, fantastic number of rapid sharing experiences with each commercial. So if you get it right, it's a great way to do low-cost advertising. In terms of activating all of these different options, however, you need a strategy. You need to think about what the overall objectives are. Think about it in terms of your campaign objectives. What does the video need to achieve? What's the message? Who is the target audience for that message? Who do we put in the video? Actors, the CEO, customers, maybe all three? Think about who's in it and the budget available to get them there in a slick way. Think about when, where, and how the video will be produced. It's everything to make it look good. No, go back, look at some of Durham University's promotional videos. Early summer, students still around. Durham as a city looking beautiful. Historic buildings. Think about all of these things too. And remember, there's no point in having any social media tactic if it doesn't end with a specific call to action. What do you want the viewer to do? Click here to find more information. Purchase the product. Keep me in mind as an expert on this topic next time you need help and advice and consultancy. What do you want to do, and what do you want the person to do who's just seen your content? What is the call to action? Every goal of a campaign should have a specific call to action associated with it. And with the potentially large audiences in video sharing, it's never been more important. Around a third of viewers will only watch the first 30 seconds of your video. So if you've got dull content, you've lost them very quickly. Just over 10% of us have deserted the video after a minute. And within 2 minutes, 2/3 of your audience has vanished. So keep that in mind. Start punchy. Don't make the video too long. Never more than about 10 minutes. Much less if at all possible. If it's a commercial, treat it like TV, 15 to 30 seconds. As a general rule, you've got half a minute to make an impression. That's my key message there. Half a minute or less. So make the most of every second. Let every second count in terms of engaging your audience. In terms of developing the presence, there's lots of things you can do. But in YouTube, remember, you can create a URL for your channel. So make it consistent with your brand. Make the page of the channel consistent with your brand in terms of logo, imagery, color scheme. Give your channel appropriate keyword tagging in order to achieve search engine optimization. Treat it like any other page that you're producing of Web 2 content. As you build up your content, construct interesting playlists so that people might sit there and watch several short videos that you produced. And, include other people's in there. The best way to build a network, just like on Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever, is to subscribe to other people's products in terms of video output and encourage them to reciprocate. So if you're building playlists, include one or two other companies' offerings in that mix too. And remember, it's a social channel like everything else. Do not turn off commenting. It's a classic mistake. It's a conversational medium. This isn't broadcast television. People want to interact with you. In terms of showcasing, think about the title of the video and the headline. Come up with something punchy. This is a video about assembling a bookcase. Come up with something a bit catchier than that. Provide additional information in the description box, including keywords, meta tags, a link to the particular call to action. Yeah? If you want people to visit your website or your online store after watching the video, put a link in the description box. Think about the appropriate thumbnails. By default, when you produce and upload a video, YouTube will add a thumbnail. Change it. Make it something interesting. Your company logo even. A catchy image to tempt people in. Something to make people want to click and watch the rest. Have the links there, the calls to action, but remember, it's a content-hungry channel like any other. If you can't put up very regular video broadcasts via YouTube, don't bother. It's not going to work. People will not keep coming back to your channel if the last video upload was 3 months ago. It's as simple as that. So that's it. My basic introduction to YouTube and what you could do with it in terms of applying it to your business. I hope you found that very useful. And remember, you can, from your own bedroom, now become a TV broadcaster and talk to the world. If you're a musician, you don't have to be Katy Perry to get a big audience very quickly, as Musical Bethan has shown us Think about branding at a corporate and a personal level. And above all, if you're going to use YouTube, have fun with it too. It really is a great medium to engage with. Thank you very much.